Welcome to My Life in Gaming. I am not those guys, but I am going to give you a room tour all the same. If you've ever watched my streams, and I hope you have because they're pretty fun, but this is going to get you a look behind the scenes. Spoiler alert though, there are no tripods taped to my ceiling.
What is this? Some kind of anti-gravity experiment?
So walking into the room here, you see we have a bed available, and over here is probably what you're used to seeing the most. I sit here on this couch to play. Over here is my PC computer that runs all this crap. Here's my CRT and game consoles, and a second monitor which I use to read chat when I'm streaming. Next to that is my audio stack. I've got a Sony amp and a CD changer, a Yamaha tape player, and an RCA VCR. That's handy if I need to capture some VHS tapes, which I have done, and you can see some of that here on my channel. Of course, this is the background you're used to seeing a lot when I stream. My webcam here is a Logitech C920, and the microphone is a Samsung Q9U. We'll swing around now so you can see what I look at. I have my laptop here for controlling the computer, my cheap Stream Deck, and my remote for live split when I speedrun. Next to the couch is my little table where I set my beer down. There's the PBR cam. There's the cooler where I keep my beers cold. Next, here's all my wireless controllers. And here's a poster that I think came with the Nintendo. Back in this corner is my Apple IIc, which does work, but I don't have any software for it. Here's a better look at my cheap Stream Deck. I'm running Touch Portal on this Android tablet, and you can see all the buttons I have set up. Here's my live split controller, which is just a numpad. Here's all my wireless controllers. I've got 8BitDo 2.4 GHz controllers for Super Nintendo and Nintendo, some Wii remotes, and a PS4 controller. Here is my PC that I stream from. It runs all the software I use, including OBS, StreamerBot, Touch Portal, Polypop, Live Split, a bunch of other stuff. And for you turbo nerds, I will put up some photos of the inside and some specs on the screen as well. Link to the build is in the description. Alright, so this is what I play from a 27-inch Sony Trinitron CRT. It looks great in real life, and it's got inputs for component and composite. Here's my SNES Junior. It's RGB modded, and I'm using an input viewer with my wireless controller adapter. I'm using an FX Pack Pro EverDrive connected to the computer with USB. My NES is also RGB modded, complete with Nintendo's multi-out on the back. It's got a blinking light win mod installed, so the cart always makes a good connection, and there's audio expansion enabled on the board for certain Famicom games. Inside is a N8 Pro EverDrive, also hooked up to the computer with USB. And of course I've also got my input viewer connected to the wireless controller adapter. Moving on, I've got a PS4 and a Switch dock, and right here is my modded Wii and a RetroPie. Finally, I've got an Atari 2600 Plus. This is a modern console, but it does play the original 2600 and 7800 games, which I've got quite a few of downstairs. And here are some other games from my collection, some Super Nintendo and NES games. And this is where it all gets really messy. In this cubby down here, I've got all the cables coming together. Starting from the Super Nintendo and Nintendo, those are connected via component cables from HD Retrovision. Those go into the component splitter, and one side goes to the TV, and the other side goes into my RetroTink 2X Pro. And the RetroTink line doubles the 240p signal and converts it to HDMI, and then that goes into my capture card, which is an EVGA XR1 Lite. And this way I can capture and play on the CRT at the same time. I've got a switch box here for switching between the various consoles and inputs, and then numerous HDMI switchers. Well, that's it. That's the tour. I will leave you with some shots of random stuff from around the room, starting with this Final Fantasy world map that came bundled with the game. I got my copy new back in the day, and you got a guide with it too. And on this map, I think you were supposed to write notes in all the blank lines, which apparently I wrote loot next to Corneria. That's right, It's Corneria, not Cornelia. Leave a comment and let me know if you like this stuff or you want to see more. And please subscribe to the channel. I stream about once a week, both here and on Twitch, where I play a bunch of retro games. I usually speedrun or do randomizers, play RPGs, stuff like that. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.